Hello again, it's Paul 2E0EIJ. I'm going to get used to that. Today we're returning back to the Comet CTC 50M through window jumper, which is going to go at the packaging. You may remember I did a video on a while ago. Yeah, there we go. I have partially installed it, which I should be able to show you in a moment. There we go. That's it currently installed in place, so that you can see the dummy load is just on the windowsill next to it. That's because I've been testing it with the QIT KT8900D at the full 25 watts that the radio will do. And it's not mismatched in any way. Although I've only been testing it on 2 meters, I've not actually tested it on 77s because I'm probably not going to do a lot of 77s work. So it's going through the window there. The other side is outside the window, so I can't really show you that. And it came with 2 sticky pads and 2 sets of screws. I've used the sticky pads in my line of work. I often refer to them as mirror pads. So, because one thing they are good for is attaching car rearview mirrors. Excuse me, bit itchy today on my nose. I think I might be getting a cold. Bear with me. So the radio is connected up at the minute to the SWR meter, but the dummy load is not. As that's in here, and like I said, I have already tested it, and there doesn't appear to be a problem. The power's going through, and we're getting a result. I'm not sure what the losses are on that, but that's by the by for the minute. I don't think there's any feeder radiation either, and if there was, I certainly would have known about it, because I'd have a bit of a headache right now, because I've been transmitting there at 25 watts. So that's a good step in the right direction, because the next thing to do will be to put out the ground plane antenna and connect it to the other end of that, and hopefully we can have some QSOs on the thing. Nice to have a QSO or two. Yeah, at the moment the radio is not even connected to an antenna at all, so if I key up I'm probably going to blow it up. Well, they're just the finals anyway, and it's at full anyway. So, and if you did hear a radio go off earlier, it was one of my handies, so I'll put that there, because it was on my I didn't really want it there. So it's installed. The next thing to do is get it actually working on the air. So I will now go off, and over the next however long it takes me, hour or two, couple of hours, whatever, install my homemade ground plane antenna, and I'll let you know how that gets on. Right, we'll be back very shortly. Hello again, to Echo Zero Echo India Juliet. Right, so I'll put my call sign out. Then you know it's part of the same video, and it's taking the sequence. So I've got the CTC 50, well, all routed through the window, as can be seen here. Now this time there's a coax cable connected to it. It's an RG213 coax that I know to work. Tested it with a shorter coax just to jump the gap between it and the SWR meter before, the one that I was using when I was using the dummy load. Unfortunately, that decided it was going to cause some problems. Outside, all is also changed. The antenna is connected, although it's not that high. There is a shed in the way. But that doesn't matter too much, because I can increase and decrease, and also take the antenna down, because I think there's enough slack in the coax to be able to do that. So it seems to work. I know it can hit GB3HG on Sutton Bank, GB3IR. I'm not even going to suggest that as a fair test, because that's not exactly a million miles away from me. That's, well, probably not even that from me. So it's a good strong signal, and I transmitted at low power for that. The SWR is about 1.2 on the antenna at the minute. I could get that lower, but I think 1.2 is workable. I'm not going to worry too much, and I think part of the increase in the SWR may have something to do with the CTC 50, which is holding out well, apart from coming off the wall while I was doing some work to get it fixed up. Now the outside connection isn't waterproofed yet. That's my next job. So I know it's working. I know it's working on receive, quite wheaty I must admit, but on transmit I can't see it being a problem because the SWR is alright. So I shall be back shortly because I've just got some waterproofing of the coax to do. Right, back again. So the connector outside has been waterproofed. The connector inside obviously has the coax running on it. My desk's a bit of a mess because I've got loads of stuff on here from when I was actually just finishing off the build. The radio is currently monitoring the calling channel, full power, 25 watts, which obviously being too easy row, I'm allowed that. I'm actually allowed twice as much as that, 50, but this radio doesn't do 50, only does 25. It's quite a good radio as well. I've just had a short QSO on GB3IR, which isn't really a good test of the radio. However, it should perform well during hopefully during the activity contest at the beginning of June. I will be increasing the antenna's height for that. The current height of the antenna puts it behind a shed and well, there's basically a shed and a wall either side of it, so it's not really got a clear path, but it does work. All I have to do, if I want it higher, I can just add an extra section and that's all I have to do. It's not a difficult job because it's just a case of unscrewing a couple of bits and screwing them back in, and there's a little bit of play on the coax in order for me to do that. The parasol base hasn't got anything in it to make it heavy, so that's just at the moment. I'm going to probably do something about that later on once I know everything's working. Everything seems to be working. I will be dismantling the antenna at the close of play tonight. Basically, end of the day, before I go to bed, and when I shut down the shack, I'm going to obviously take the antenna out. At the moment, it's there. It's doing what I want it to do. So I'm going to end the video here, and it also concludes that the CTC 50 is working as it should be, which is what this video was all about, and that it works okay with an antenna. So this is Paul 2E0EIJ now wishing you 7-3, and bye for now.